Keep that shit true.
What's good? What's good? What's good? Tell me something good. This is Raw Truth Media giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. I took a little break. Life is good. The love that you all show from this channel was good. Shout out to Finley75. He said, "The I love, rep your school, rep your school." Shout out to Cedric Walker in the building. The I love. Shout out to the Big Lauderdale 913, the I Love University Tigers. And you see on this thumbnail, the Tiger, the Jackson State Tiger, man. One of the most ferocious, honorable animals in the animal kingdom. Do your research. Shout out to the Honorable Coach Simmons. Peace and blessings, my brother. And subscribe to his channel, by the way. Great content. Shout out to Sarah Foot. Guard the yard, no doubt. Hit the like button. Share this video on Facebook. Share this video on Instagram, Twitter, all around. Shout out to OG Stoner 1017 year. The Honorable Coach Walker in the building. Subscribe to his channel. He said, "Peace and blessings to the chat." And Cedric Walker is like, "Fuck." Yeah, shout out to Trevon. Trevon Riggins, man. Subscribe to his channel, man. See, these players are figuring out, man. All you have to do, and you don't have to be like Deion Sanders Jr. Have a camera, know what to tag, know what to put the title and description. and have the access. These players have the access. That's why I'm glad that they are understanding YouTube. This is powerful. I can't wait for a lot of these players to get YouTube channels, to get monetized, to make some bread, because that's what it's all about. It's about the kids. You know, sometimes on YouTube we feel short of knowing what's important. It's not about us. As an adult, our goal is to make sure the younger generation have it better than what we did. But this is why I appreciate what TC Taylor is doing. TC Taylor is a man of character, a man that is a leader. He's not a follower. He's not trying to be a show off. He's about to love these kids. I watched Trevon Riggins' video, the All Access video. Make sure you tune into that. And the players that decided to stay at Jackson State, did y'all notice something? Pure joy. And now I'm not trying to compare and all that, because I know some shines are going to go up in there and be divisive. But the joy that I see from these athletes tells me enough that hiring TC Taylor was the best move that they've made in years. Because TC, he's doing things differently. Do you know right now, Jackson State has 4 legit quarterbacks competing for the starting job? Hallelujah. Let me repeat that again. Jackson State has 4 capable starting quarterbacks competing for the starting job. Let the church say amen. What a difference. Man, the Jackson State, man, the last past couple of years, let's keep it a buck now. They were just getting anybody to be the backup quarterback. No competition at all. Now, you don't even have to worry about that. I like competition. Because last season, when Shadur was nicked up, the games became closer. There was no depth at the quarterback position. J.P. Adrada, yeah, he transferred from Ohio State, but he was a walk-on, and he didn't even play. That's the difference. Like Coach Walker said, that's pressure. Every position needs pressure. Look at Georgia. Every position is dominant. Every position has competition. And if a player is intimidated of a competition, then they'll transfer out. You think Georgia cares if an athlete transfers out of their program? You know what they're going to do? Recruit more talent. Did y'all realize that Georgia, they had the least transfer in players? They won a national championship. They have the least amount of transfers. They build their talent off high school players. I'm not saying the transfer portal is bad. I'm not saying that. But the transfer portal is to build your depth. Look at TC. He's building his depth on transfer portal players, but he's blending it with more high school prospects. This is a wonderful thing. And you got to be excited. Now, I'm going to address the elephant in the room. I know this is the last time I'm going to talk about this. I keep getting these messages why I'm not talking about Colorado. And for those who mentioned, y'all know who you are. Respectfully, I feel like I'm wasting my time talking about Colorado. Colorado has good funding. Colorado, there's nothing you can change in Colorado because they got money. They got alumni. They got the state support. The state gives them money. So there's nothing you can change in that university. Because I keep hearing that damn crap talking about, well, it's good. It's good to still talk about Colorado because Deion's going to change Colorado. Really? And I hope he does well. I don't root for black coaches to do wrong. I want them to succeed. But you're not changing anything at a PWI. Now, family, am I wrong for saying that? For even thinking that? It's a waste of my time. And it doesn't help our community out. Someone messaged me, said, why don't you talk about how Deion is creating money within Boulder, Colorado? Oh, you mean the Boulder, Colorado that has 90+% Anglo-Saxons and not enough black people? So he's bringing in money to people who don't look like us. Hey, I love everybody, but let's keep it a buck. This is Raw Truth Media. I'm going to talk about real change. I'm going to talk about how Jackson State fans, Jackson natives, are motivated from the hate of anti-HBCUs, anti-black excellence, who are telling them that they don't support their school enough. You know what they done? Because trust me, I watch everything. You see more Jackson State fans and alumni donating. You see more Jackson State fans and alumni saying, whatever TC needs, let's help them out. I've seen it all. But the elite media won't talk about it because they allow one guy with power to shit on that school. And thankfully, the people who are actually from Jackson did not allow them to disrespect their city, their school, the people who work hard. To football, and especially athletics in Jackson State, gives the citizens of Jackson, Mississippi hope. When they work hard from a long days of work, they see the joy of what Coach Reed is doing for women's basketball. They see the joy of what TC is doing for football. They see the joy of what Mo Williams is doing for basketball, men's basketball, and shout out to them. They got their win over Alabama A&M. These are the things they want to listen to. And I don't care if you hire some plants that used to or claim they still work for JSU, but talking about both PWI, HBCU, I don't know. That doesn't even make any sense. But let me digress. I don't care what they say or what they try to sweeten the message. You could never have me play both sides of the fence. See, the great Martin Luther King once said, I don't want to be around fence straddlers because they'll buckle under pressure when the real going gets tough. He never liked that. I'm not talking about I Have a Dream, Martin Luther King. I'm talking about the later years that they don't teach in schools. The one that wanted to protest for the sanitation workers to get more money. So on this channel, I'm not going to do any fence jumping. And y'all know me. I'm a big Oklahoma Sooner fan. But if I come on this channel talking about Sooners on this platform, when I've shown love and respect for HBCUs, that wouldn't even be look right. That wouldn't be respectful. Again, I get it. A lot of people got to make their bread. I'm not questioning that, but you got to separate the two. And I watch because it came on my feed, HBCU Game Day. I have to talk about this, brothers. Your channel was called HBCU Game Day. Why in the blue hell would you talk about Colorado? No, don't get me about Deion. He left. I don't want to hear that. And this is nothing against Dion. I'm just saying, like, and they kept saying about the views. Well, the stats show the views. Man, we will sell anything out for anything. I know y'all saw it too. Mario said, "Let it go, DJ." I'm not letting anything go. I'm just being real. For this is my final reply to it because I keep getting messages from people that say, "Talk about Colorado," and this is my final thing saying the reason why I'm not. But let's talk about some more good things. Shout out to KJ. Peace and blessings, my sister. But I had to get that out of my chest. And shout out to the real ones who understand where I'm coming from. Shout out to Sylvester, who's a real one who doesn't. Uh, I don't hold anything back. My parents raised me. Whatever I feel, say it. Sylvester Taylor says, "No, you are not wrong. It does nothing for HBCUs. I care nothing about Colorado or any program other than JSU and HBCUs." Thank you. Right on, KJ. Talk to him. Right, Coach Walker. Yeah, let's talk about the good things. The competition, man. They had McLeod. I hope I said his name. McLeod. He was a transfer from Louisiana Lafayette, and I know he's 5'9", 5'10", but he's electric, and he provides depth in the quarterback room. I really do not know who's going to be the starter. That's a good problem to have. That's not even a problem at all. That's it's something different. I've in years, there's never been a quarterback competition like this. Not that I could remember. Even the years of the White Tiger around the early 2010s, 11s, that they had multiple QBs that could start. It's impressive, man. Jason Brown, he has great tape. He's big, sturdy, 6'2", 230 pounds of muscle. And then the running back room, like Cedric Walker mentioned, is loaded. DB room is loaded. Wide receivers are loaded. And the SWAC is a much improved. The SWAC is probably the most talented it's been in a long time. Next year, just looking at recruiting. Gemini says, "Man, I'm glad I found this channel. Who's seen what I've been seeing on other HBCU platforms, man? It's shoot. You see right there, 4 SWAC starters at the quarterback group. Each quarterback, and I'm not making this up, each quarterback that's in that quarterback room could start for a lot of SWAC teams. Now, who do y'all think may be the starter? Do you think it's going to be Philip Short? Sorry about that. Philip Short did his thing up in junior college, man. He has a strong arm, powerful arm. Philip Short, looking at film, he probably has the strongest arm that Jackson State, like a QB at Jackson State, has had in probably 15, 20 years, looking at the film. And Shadir Sanders, who is very talented, I hope he does well where he's at. But not even he had the arm like Philip Short. Like I'm talking about throw power. Now, some people say Brown. Brown has the experience. He's strong as an ox. He's been there, done that. He's played games. Yeah, make sure to share the stream. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send a link for everyone that wants to join this stream. Yeah, I really feel like Philip Short has a stronger arm than Shadur. Doesn't mean Shadur has what Shadur had was the mind, the pre-snap read. It's elite. I don't think a lot of it's been years since a SWAC quarterback had that type of mind like Shadur Sanders. But what Philip Short has is that powerful arm. Philip Short is the type of quarterback, if you had nothing but speed receivers, you just tell him to chunk that as far as you go. Jason Brown does bring stability. Jason Brown, the fact that he has got snaps in the SEC, even in the backup position, you can get playing time and make a difference. So yeah, Jason Brown, you know what you're going to get from him. He won't lose you any games. You don't have to worry. With Jason Brown, you don't have to worry about mistakes of not playing in D1 football because the FCS is still D1 football. Right, KJ. Yeah. She said football IQ of Shadur was beyond his years. It was, man. Q Lou 22 says, I like the versatility Short offers. Yep. Okay. Nicholas has list. He believes Philip Short number 1, number 2 Brown, PJ Hatter at second string, or PJ Hatter second string. That's a good list. Some people are saying Brown because of the experience. Brown is very accurate. Yes, that is true. Pinpoint accuracy. If Brown is the starter, he will be, because I know people are going to say Jeremy Musa, but Jason Brown in film is actually more accurate than Jeremy Musa. That's based off film. It takes nothing away from Jeremy Musa. He's coming back and he's going to give FAMU a boost. But Jason Brown is more accurate than Jeremy Musa. Yes, the leadership may, and that's what people don't talk about. Philip Short's leadership, if you gave a grade on it, it's a 10. He's going to, Philip Short has that aura about him that will captivate the whole room. So when he gets in workouts, when he gets in the first scrimmages and practices, expect Philip Short and his voice to be heard. When he speaks, they listen. That's the type of guy he is. So Philip Short is going to fight like crazy to be the starter. And that's what you want. And like Coach Walker talked about, pressure. You need that pressure. Pressure creates champions. Now, Zai McLeod, shout out to QLou22. He's in the mix as well. I know people talking about, well, he's 5'10". But McLeod, he's dynamic, man. He's not like, what's that quarterback? He's not like Jelani Eason. You know how Jelani Eason of Mississippi Valley State was a short quarterback, but wasn't accurate. See, Zai McLeod, he's athletic. He can throw on a run. He's very elite in regards to throwing in the middle of the defense for someone who is 5'10". And he's hard to tackle because he's so short. And if Zai McLeod was taller, everybody would be saying, oh man, that dude is baller, man. Like he's talented, but everyone would say that Zai McLeod, oh yeah, he's the starter. If he was at least 6 foot, everyone would be saying that. Yeah, make sure to like and share the stream, man. We talking about some fun stuff, man. Now, here's something interesting. Shout out to Ken Clark and Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club. Great content. And if you want to get any news, they're the people to get the news from. And I hope they get all types of coverage from Jackson State because they have shown loyalty to Jackson State. Nicholas Malachi says Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club said he's not 5'10". They said he's actually 6 foot. If Zai McLeod is 6 foot, man, that's a plus. Yes, I heard that Zai McLeod runs a 4.4, but he's a willing thrower. That's scary. Being able to run that good, but you're willing to throw the ball and looking for the pass. Yeah, PJ Hatter's 4.4 speed too. Jason Brown was a FCS All-American. That is true. I'm trying to remember the school he played for before he transferred to South Carolina and Virginia Tech. Was it Furman or one of them schools? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Yeah, Phyllis Short was a JUCO All-American, put up elite numbers. Now, somebody said redshirt Hatter. Hatter will have something to say too. PJ Hatter, he's played in one of the toughest divisions in Texas 6A in H-Town. And if you're not from Houston, if you're not from Texas, ask someone about 6A football. It's nothing but dogs. Shout out to MEAC Mike. Hey, MEAC Mike, I'm going to give your school some flowers. If you have not checked out Morgan State, they're my sleeper team in the MEAC. Now, number one, I have North Carolina Central because they returned Davius Richard. They returned their coaching staff. But Morgan State, man, they're going to be probably the biggest team, size, like in the line, O-line, D-line, of all HBCUs. Coach Sewell is going to have that defense at a high level. I wouldn't be surprised if they're top 2 on defense of all HBCUs. I wouldn't be surprised if Morgan State is in a top 5 range defense of all of FCS. Be on the lookout for Morgan State. They're a sleeping giant, and they have all that talent in the DMV. If you look at their recruiting, offensive line, 6'4" and up, 300 plus pounds and up. Defensive line, 6'4" and up, 300 plus pounds. And I'm talking about D tackles for the defensive line. The edge rushers that Morgan State recruited, good wingspan, tall as hell, and can run. And I'm looking at on paper, I said, wait a minute. This is a damn good recruiting class. Be on the lookout of Morgan State, man. I hope Morgan State. The MEAC, I always said the MEAC needs more than one good team. And I know a lot of people like make this excuse, we play a lot of money games. No, because you only play, 2? And then everything else you play really good FCS teams. The MEAC needs to beat the good FCS teams. You could brag about winning the Celebration Bowl and having all that time to prepare, but you need to hold your end of the bargain and beat the non-conference FCS teams. That just helps HBCUs as a whole. I'm saying this out of respect. I'm saying this because I think it's great for all HBCUs if the SWAC, MEAC handle business. Now, you have a viable excuse of not beating a team that's a money game. But you don't have excuses when you lose to Fordham, when you lose to New Hampshire. And I know North Carolina Central took care of that. Shout out to them. They beat New Hampshire, and New Hampshire was ranked in the top 25. but more MEAC schools need to do that. That's all I want to say. But I'm really interested in Morgan State. They're, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. And I keep telling people, don't sleep on Morgan State. They, for some reason, I have a hunch that they're going to be a lot better than what people are saying. And they're barely saying anything about Morgan State, but I know what talent is. I know a great coach when I see one. And I know a great coaching staff when I see one, and I see that at Morgan State. KJ says Morgan is the next powerhouse out of the MEAC. The coach was right hire over Ray. I stand on that. I agree, my sister. I definitely agree. See, these are the things we need to be talking about. I don't want to hear about no damn PWI crap. And even though I have a team like everybody got that one FBS team that we root for. Mine is Oklahoma. Many others root for others in the SEC. That's cool. But there's a lot of good going on, man. This is this HBC Renaissance is like no other. It's really fun. Uh, I just want to see the best type of competition. That's all I ask for. And when the Celebration Bowl ended, and then when I heard like MEAC fans saying, "Oh, they can't beat us," and that, but at the end of the day, the powers that be, I want y'all to listen to me. The powers that be still see it as, okay, that's just HBCU football. That's not elite status. We need to change that. We got to beat these powerhouse FCS teams. Coach Simmons was good, my brother. He says Miami adds Bethune in 2023. You know, I wish Bethune. I'm gonna be honest. I wish Bethune-Cookman would play. I wish they went the Jackson State route a little bit because Ed Reed is new, but Bethune needs the resources. So I understand why they will play Miami. And since Ed Reed is respected, I hope Miami doesn't run up the score. If they respect Ed Reed, which I think they do, they better not raise the score. Once you get the minutes, run the same play, run the clock out. Out of respect, though. Out of respect. I did hear about Grambling LSU as well. Shout out to Carl Cunningham. Hit the like button, share this video. Oh, speaking of Ed Reed, I know that Ed Reed has got some commitments from some high school players, and some people were saying, "Oh, is that it?" I'm telling you, wait till signing day, man. Ed Reed is, if you look at his actions, he's low key. He's very low key. He doesn't. He has the quiet confidence, and when he speaks, people listen. So I don't need, I don't need a bunch of press conference to know that Ed Reed is putting in work. I know he's putting in work, and you'll see it on sign today. That's all I'm gonna say. And let me go back to Coach Walker and what he said, because I want everybody to realize this. He said, when it comes to HBCUs, we all we got. That is true. That's why I kind of ignore the SWAC versus MEAC. It accomplishes nothing. Yes, I would like the SWAC to win more because I don't, just to handle business. But at the end of the day, if our HBCUs are not at the level that it should be, then why are we even talking about it? It's a mute point. You think these people care about that the MEAC won how many, 5 straight Celebration Bowls? They don't care about it. They only cared about it when JSU lost because they was hating on JSU and they didn't want them going undefeated and bragging about they the only undefeated team. So I knew what that was, but they never cared about it. I see their game. At the end of the day, it's all about elevating all HBCUs to again, level the playing field in all sports. That's the dream. It will take some time, but as long as there's progression, that's all that matters. Let me keep reading these comments. Right, KJ, we do need both conferences strong. That's what the message should be about. Square 2582 says Ed Reed's a Miami guy. Yeah, man. I hope Miami shows that respect. You don't need to be putting up 70 points and running up the score on your alum, especially alum that has helped the university gain money, because those Miami teams were a bunch of dogs, man. They were elite. Coach Walker says, man, they put 70 on them folks last season. He gonna get there. Yeah, man, that was tough. KJ says, stop the SWAC MEAC squabbling. We get it. Yeah, the MEAC has our number, but we both need to learn from each other in different ways. We do. It's pointless, because if and you're spot on about that, KJ. Because if we're both not, if HBCUs are not getting the money they deserve from the states, if they're not getting the facilities that they need to have to attract recruits and to just level up, that it's just much ado about nothing. Mia Max says Damon Wilson is putting serious work. I hope it manifests on the field this year. North Carolina Central in a revamped South Carolina State is going to be a hurdle for us this year, but it will come down to quarterback play. I'll say this: if I got to look at what Damon Wilson is doing again in recruiting for the second phase of signing day, but if he adds another quarterback, preferably from the portal, unless you get a talented 4-star quarterback out of high school, get you established quarterback who has played games. I repeat, played games in the FBS. If Morgan State gets that, you're in it in every game, because they got the defense. Coach Damon Wilson and Coach Sewell, they got that shirt up. All they need is a big, tall quarterback who can manage the game. Got a solid arm, make the right throws. Tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if I'm lying. Shout out to Ed's Class Entertainment. He said, I'm going to be honest, North Dakota State didn't impress. Yeah, North Dakota State, they run simplistic. Now, they run unique run plays. I give them that. But once you stop that run, it's over for them. And I'm not trying to hate on North Dakota State, but South Dakota State, when they played against Iowa, their only loss, and the score was 7-3. It was a low-scoring game. And they were able to slow down the Iowa run game. That's when I knew, oh, they're going to slow down North Dakota State. But shout out to South Dakota State that deserved it. They played hard. They got some couple players that should get some looks in the NFL. And here on Raw Truth Media, we're congratulators. We're going to give you props when you play well. I don't care if it's from HBCU or not. We're going to show some love, man. Q Lou says, I'm still a MEAC SWAC Super Conference. Hey, that would be nice. Some people disagree with it, but that would be nice. KJ says, then we're fighting to be the best of the worst. We're beyond that. We are. Let's fight a real fight. Let's fight for HBCU dominance. That's what train I'm on. I'm for the HBCU dominance. Man, I would be so happy if Ed Reed and Bethune-Cookman on the other, well, they're on that side of Jackson State, but I would be so happy if they have a winning season. And you see a bunch of that Miami, South Florida recruits at Bethune. And then the Florida Classic between Bethune-Cookman and FAMU having above 500 records. That would look good. I'm telling you right now, don't sleep on Bethune. Now, this is my prediction. If it's wrong, then it's wrong. but I don't think Bethune-Cookman loses less than 6 games. I have Bethune right now 6 wins. I have them at 6 wins. I truly believe that Bethune-Cookman. And when I watched them play last year, they played closer games, so they had winnable games with last year's team. But I had a partner hit me up. He said, "Man, just wait till the second phase of signing day." I said, "You're not hearing." He was like, "You're not hearing anything now, but just wait. Ed Reed will be bringing some reinforcements to Bethune-Cookman. He's got connections with all the high school coaches in Florida, Miami, the region, South Florida, Louisiana, because he's from Louisiana." Coach Walker says, "They coming, bro. Ed Reed recruited some players out of Georgia that was dogs that went to Miami. He will get them." Yes, he will. Don't forget Georgia, too. Yeah, you're right. KJ says, "If Alabama State can have a winning season, Bethune can." Yep, I agree with that. And the thing about Alabama State, and Coach Walker has mentioned this a bunch of times, Eddie Robinson Jr. inherited a team with a good defense, with great defensive players. So I wasn't surprised when they won 6 games. Really should have won 7 when they lost to Mississippi Valley State. Man, that was come on now. He wasn't supposed to lose that. S-Class Entertainment says, "How far off is HBCUs from North Dakota State and South Dakota State?" That's a good question. The skill players, with the new transfer portal, and then you see HBCUs recruiting at a higher level more than ever before. Skill players are there. They just need the trenches. And that's why I like what Morgan State is doing. Morgan State is getting some big bodies in that front, both offensively and defensively. Yeah, make sure to get it up to 150 likes, family. Share this video throughout all social media platforms. And someone asked me earlier the best way to support this channel. You could do it through Cash App. You see it on the screen. Everything you donate to this channel will go back to this channel and improve quality. Some things I want to do. I want to do some more edits. I want to do some more. I want to get a new microphone. So everything you support in this channel will go back to this channel. And but yeah, back to the comment, really what HBCUs need, and I know it sounds like a dead horse, but you got to get those hog mollies, man. You got to get some G's, man, up on that front. When I watched North Carolina Central, one of the linemen, and if you know the name, let me know. He transferred out of North Carolina Central after the Celebration Bowl. He was killing teams in the MEAC. He was killing Jackson State. 6'4", 300 plus. That's who you need. You need one of those players, not one of them. You need those type of players when they step out of that damn bus. The opposing team, yeah, Corey Bullock. That's a monster, man. He's one of those players. He steps out of the damn bus. You like, man, this is going to be a long day. This is going to be a long ass day. That's what they're figuring out. Middle American, well, right, like you said, middle American boy. You gotta get him, man. And again, shout out to Jordan Haddon, man. I see what y'all doing at FAMU. Now, even though FAMU right now, as of now, because you don't know in the second phase of signing day. They're number 2 in HBCUs in recruiting, with their top 10, top 15 in FCS in recruiting. Really, for FAMU, that's just all they needed. Because they're returning so many veterans that the recruiting class they have now, hey, that's pretty much good enough. Now, if they add more, that's good for them. But that's the luxury that they have. They didn't have too many players transfer out of their school. Another advantage for FAMU. So I'm definitely going to take a look at that. Hog Molly is a football term. So if you're around the South, especially if you play for those lineman coaches, man, you know, they'd be like, man, we gotta get y'all gotta put on some weight, man. Y'all gotta be them hog mollies, man. So that's just football slang right there. Shout out to them boys, man. Right, Coach Walker, man. This is why you should subscribe to Tomorrow's Leader Sports Network. And the conversations that me and Coach Walker have about each football team, we could talk for hours. And like he said, FAMU is loading up all over the place. Defense is going to be stingy. That is right. FAMU's defense, y'all heard it first. FAMU's defense will be better this coming year than last year. They don't have any of those distractions. They didn't have too many players transfer out. They got recruits coming in. They're set. And look, Jordan Haddon pointed this out. This is true. Only 3 starters left on defense, 2 on offense. So, yeah, basically the whole team is coming back. That's why some people are saying that FAMU is a favorite. Now, FAMU, I mean this respectfully because I like your team. I respect Coach Willie Simmons. But since Jackson State won the SWAC, I'm going to say until Jackson State loses the SWAC, they're the favorite. But if someone says FAMU is the favorite because of the experience, I'm not going to trip on that either because FAMU, man, they got a lot of returning, man. I cannot wait to see their team. As a fan of football, I cannot wait to see FAMU. And again, you know how we do on this channel. We show love to all HBCUs, especially the ones that are doing it right. And Willie Simmons, man, one thing I'm proud about Willie Simmons is not a follower. There were people saying, "Oh, he gonna go to this and that." I was telling people, I told my dog hoop jargon, Willie Simmons ain't going unless he's the head coach. He has a ruling class mentality, respectfully, meaning he's a leader. And he's not going to take a position unless he has full control. He's not going to take a position just to be an assistant. He'd rather stay at FAMU, build greatness at for the Rattlers, and turn them into a long-term successful program, which he is doing right now. And for those who said that, oh, FAMU failed, I think FAMU did a lot of great things for what they have dealt with, the adversity. And shout out to my brother, Mr. Campbell, man. And like he said, Willie was never going to follow Prime. He's not a follower. That's no disrespect to Dion. I'm just saying, for those who put that out there, I knew that wasn't going to happen. If Willie Simmons ever leaves, and I hope not, but you know how it will have to be a position, like I pointed out, where he's the guy, he's the head coach, he has a say so, he builds his program this way. And I tell you one thing, if Willie Simmons leaves and leaves FAMU in a great position, let's say FAMU wins the SWAC in a tough SWAC year, and let's say Willie Simmons go to a FBS, I don't think anyone in FAMU will be mad at him. You know why? Because Willie Simmons was authentic and truthful to the fan base. Willie Simmons didn't sell a dream to FAMU. Willie Simmons was all about culture. Tell me if I'm lying. So that's why a lot of people, not just FAMU, but all of HBCU in this community, respect Willie Simmons. Yeah, they showed a lot of resolve. Like people were telling me, how can you say FAMU had a good season last year and they lost 2 games? Because they only lost 2 games and they had the distraction. That's a good season. Again, when you don't win the SWAC, it's tough, but it's really difficult for me to say they had a bad season when they dealt with all they dealt with. Right, Coach Walker? He said Coach Simmons. He said Coach Simmons ain't drinking the Kool-Aid. Nope, he is not a follower at all. I'll tell you one thing: if I was an alum of an HBCU team and my team only was 9-2, I'll be like, man, I wish we would have won it all. But congratulations, what they did, what they've been through, and hopefully the next season we can dominate. That's why this FAMU team could probably be the best FAMU team in years, and I'm not exaggerating. They don't have a weakness. They don't have a weakness. They losing 2 on offense and 3 on defense. FAMU is. They return their quarterback back, who will improve, and with the skill players and the transfer players they got coming in, you're going to see a team that's just hungry because of what they dealt with. But you're also going to see improved teams. This is what you want. Now, African Rattler says, and he's a Rattler fan, by the way, he says FAMU has more pressure than JSU to an extent because people are saying Willie Simmons got to win it all, and they got to win with this team. But JSU is not going to be a slouch. JSU, man, I'm not trying to exaggerate on them, brothers and sisters. But with Malachi coming back, he looks like he's coming back. And Rucker, he announced he came back with Savion and the offensive line returning and then bringing some from the portal. Then the quarterbacks have more depth than it's ever been. The DBs, Asias from the transfer from Delaware, All-American, in my opinion, is the best safety that JSU has had. And JSU had some talented safeties with Shiloh. I want y'all to understand this. Shiloh, Dakotas. Wait a minute. Wait, he's going to JSU? Am I late on something? Dakotas Crawford. Someone put that in the comment section. Wait, is he going to FAMU, JSU? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Yeah, they offered him. Okay. But back to what I was saying. This past season, Jackson State had John Huggins and Shiloh, Cameron Seven Craig. Oh, he took a visit. Okay, Mr. Campbell said he took a visit, not committed yet. Okay. That's a step closer, though. He only visited, hasn't committed yet. Thank you for the clarification, my brothers and sisters. Yeah, you did, Coach Walker. You pointed that out. You said, I made that video last year that Nebraska was a bad move. Yeah, I'm not even surprised by that. Hey, that's what you want if you JSU. Bring them to the door. Let them see the campus. Let them visit. And hopefully he commits to there. If he doesn't, man, wish him well. Yeah, TC playing with house money. Here's the thing with TC. JSU, man, it's crazy. JSU really doesn't have that pressure like FAMU next season. Now, the only so-called pressure is to go above 500. But I think JSU has the potential to go even higher than that by the players they got coming back. Yeah, JSU will have Tigers on the back because they're JSU. They're blue blood. If you're a blue blood in the SWAC of all HBCUs, whether you're Jackson State, FAMU, Southern, South Carolina State, you will have a target on your back because of the history you have. Grambling State. Let's not forget Grambling. Grambling State will be a lot better next year, too. Well said, KJ. No pressure, just hunger and anger. CH Zalasan said, okay, I see now. 6'4" wide receiver from Cali, Brandon Johnson just committed. To where? JSU, FAMU? Y'all let me know. Brandon Johnson. It's almost commitment season coming up, man. Okay, I see it now. Brandon Johnson, 6'4", 215 pounds, elite JUCO wide receiver committed to Jackson State. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Yeah, he had a bunch of, I'm seeing it right now. He had a bunch of offers, man. Wow. TC Taylor ain't playing around, man. He is not trying to be second fiddle to no damn body in the conference. I love it. Now to the people talking about, man, why TC ain't doing all these interviews? What, man, I don't need to see all that stuff to know the brother's putting in work. TC out here putting in work, man. When you recruiting this well, you could do what you want. So Mr. Campbell, he's being objective, all right? Now, he's not saying they're going to win only 7 or not, but this is how much respect he has for JSU. He said JSU should win minimum. Now, he said the lowest they can win is 7. They will have more talent than everyone. They will play other than FAMU, Texas, that will have a quarterback. Yeah. Other than FAMU and Texas State, because Texas State just recruited some dogs at QB, and Texas State has the incarnate word coach. So they're going to run the air raid, and they're going to light teams up. But those are one of the teams that will have quarterbacks. Now, some people say minimum 8, but hey, that's actually a great thing. That means that Jackson State 7 or above. Now, Jackson State could win more than that, but that's respectable. That's respect, man. And this is an improved SWAC. No matter if you got 7 or 8 wins, if you get to the SWAC championship game and you win that, and you win the Celebration Bowl. So let's say that Jackson State was 8-4, hypothetically, but they win the Celebration Bowl. They will be celebrated more than the Jackson State teams that were 12-1, 12-2. Just because they won the Celebration Bowl. Tell me if I'm lying. Yeah, and that's contingent on the quarterback choice. Yeah. I'm trying to tell people, man, this coming year SWAC is the most toughest it's going to be in years. Somebody hit me up that said, man, Dion left at the right time. He did leave at the right. He left in a shitty way. But I'm happy for TC. This is his team. This is what he's going to envision. Yeah, get your tickets. Like Mac 1000, get your tickets. They're gonna win a lot of games. Now, I'm not in the prediction business. Trap Music says we can beat Texas State. Yes, you can, but you got to outscore them. Yeah, you can beat them. To beat Texas State, you got to score more than 40 points. I'm dead serious. Now, Ocean Plug said 6-6. I doubt Jackson State 6-6, man. I have too much respect for that talent. Come on, man. You don't even believe that. If there's anyone that thinks Jackson State is gonna be 6-6, I don't know what to tell you. Let the church say amen, brother. That definitely needs to happen. More home games at the vet. Now, SWAC, the conference, commissioner, I hope you're listening. If you have fans selling out stadiums at the vet like they're doing, better than any FCS team, shouldn't that tell you that they need more home games? That's all I'm asking for the SWAC. I don't want the SWAC to bank on Jackson State fans to always travel. That's not fair to them. To say, hey, since you pack out your stadium, let's give them more neutral site games. So we're banking on them to travel and spend their hard-earned money to travel all over the South. I don't think it's right. Now, that's just what I think. Brother Bakari thinks that Mario says we caught Texas State at a good time. They're transitioning like JSU. That is good news because they're figuring their team out. So it's better to play Texas State early than later. I think Texas State will figure it out. They're going to run a damn good offense, and they will have good offensive linemen. Matter of fact, a couple of FCS All-Americans transferred to Texas State a couple of days ago, and they could pass block with the best of them. So it's going to be a fun game. I'm actually going to go to the Jackson State versus Texas State game because it's in San Marcos, not too far where I'm at. If anyone's going to that game, let me know, man. Let me know who's doing a tailgating out there. I know Coach Simmons going to go there. Probably Coach Walker. But yeah, we got to represent. Not even if you're not a Jackson State fan, we got to. If you live in Texas and you know HBCU is about to play a PWI HBCU team, man, go out and support. Mike says TC Taylor's doing an amazing job. Honestly, I couldn't foresee him doing what he's doing. He has surpassed my wildest expectations. Now, if Mike is saying that, you know it's a Mike is all Miak through and through. But Coach Walker said, "I'm coming so I don't get fired." Yeah, TC Taylor, man, he has exceeded all expectations. He's serious about this coaching. He's serious about JSU. He went to JSU. He played for JSU. So this is not just another job to TC Taylor. This is his life, man. This is the passion that he has for his school. He wants Jackson State to win more than anybody. Hey, man, I'm glad you said that, Mr. Campbell. Come on, man. I'm glad you pointed it out. I've been looking Bethune. You got Ed Reed, man. You got some buzz, man. He needs the first thing you guys got to do is do the press conference. That's going to do views for your school. That's going to have your social media up. I'm waiting on that. I've been refreshing my damn screen, brother. I'm like, man, what they gonna do to Bethune? What they gonna do to Ed Reed press conference? I'm looking every day. Now, KJ said, I don't know if that deal is finalized. We'll see. Clarence McKinney said some road games are for McKinney. I said, sorry. Clarence McKinney said some roads are for recruiting. I see your point on that, but I still believe that Jackson State, they need to have half and half road games, half home games at least. And I'm being nice. Yeah, I see your point, Mr. Campbell. You got to have a contract to offer kids. It just, like you're saying, man, Bethune is just, if I'm Bethune, I'm marketing the day until the press conference. Once they should know the date and just on social media have a presentation that this certain date is for the press conference. Have a media edit of everything that Ed Reed has accomplished and treat it like a big presentation. I mean, there's ways you could do this. Now, we got a prediction. Total Truth Todd Shaw says, my prediction JSU is 9-3. Problem is it enough to win the East? Run, Wilkinson, run. Control the line of scrimmage. Beast of the East continue. Silence Florida schools. And another butt whooping from shoot. 9-3. Now, I want to ask you, family. You see the talent that JSU's bringing in. Would it surprise you if they go undefeated in the SWAC? Even if the SWAC improve? If Jason Brown, if Philip Short, if McLeod, or even PJ Hatter, if they're really those dudes, let me give you an example. If Jason Brown is the starting quarterback and he runs that offense to a T, he's hard to tackle, he's 6'2", 230 pounds, he's not being fazed by any defense. Could they go undefeated? Would you be surprised if they're undefeated? If I'll say this, if Jackson State reaches their potential, I wouldn't be surprised if they're undefeated in the SWAC. That's if they reach their full potential. Now, I'm at a wait and see approach because I just think that's fair to TC. Again, I said in the SWAC. Because it's really hard to bank on the Texas State game. It could go either way. Yeah, proven quarterback is enough. Yeah, I did mention Philip Short. You can't leave him off. He's got a rocket for an arm. He's JUCO All-American. That leadership is going to give him some points. I'm telling you that. But don't forget about McLeod. I get it. He's a little bit undersized, but he's electric. And Philip Short, he's out of high school, but he's played in the toughest division in high school, Texas 6A. Coach Walker says, Philip Short can ball. Folks talking about his completion percentage, but we will see. Yeah, that's just, man, with JUCO ball, you got to see the film, how his mechanics. I like his mechanics. I like Philip Short's anticipation throws. And trust me, the receivers that Jackson State is bringing in, he doesn't have to worry about low completion percentage. I think he'll be just fine. Yeah, make sure to like this video, share this video. Yeah, Mike says Bethune-Cookman University is going to do the press conference September 1st, 2 hours before kickoff. Yo, that's the funniest comment of the day, man. Oh, man. They're going to be like, oh, we're finally doing a press conference before they play Miami. I'm out scrolling. I said, man, when is Bethune gonna say something, man? Y'all can't waste this time like that, man. Yeah, offense will be balanced. Oh, this is another great thing about TC Taylor being a head coach. You know, I'm not trying to be over critique the game plan. When there were games where Jackson State should have ran the ball more, and they're throwing the ball instead of wasting clock, you're not going to see that anymore. Trust me, with this new offense, if it's when it's time to run the ball and to get the game away to bleed clock, they're going to do it. They used to annoy the crap out of me. It'd be in the third quarter. You got the game in wraps, throwing the ball, and then it'll be a random pick that happens, and then the opposing team scores more points. I hated that with a passion. They're gonna use Savion in those backs to bleed the clock. Again, complementary football. That's one of the few things Jackson State was missing. And again, they was trying to, Shadir trying to get the Heisman candidacy and get the number. I get that. You don't have to deal with it this coming year. Right, KJ? Like, oh my, that, like I didn't want to say anything because if you say anything and then the Prime Avengers will attack me for saying, why are you criticizing the coach? That's what I don't have to deal with that no more. More, they were like Voltron. They would say this to me when I mentioned that in streams. They needed a pass because they got to get the stats for the Heisman. I'm like, man, screw all that. Get the win. Throwing no damn ball. You got the lead and you throw a pick, and now they scoring, they getting the momentum. Come on, man. If I'm a defensive player, I'm pissed. They're trying to shut down teams, man. They ain't trying to give. And I think it was Doc's stream. I said this during one of the games, and I mentioned Red Trap Music trying to win a Heisman. I mentioned I don't care what the Jackson State offense is, as long as they control time and possession, don't have any dumb turnovers, red zone efficiency. That's all I asked for because the defense was really that good. Right? Clarence Kinney could have used the tight ends more. That's going to be utilized more. And when I watched Trevon Riggins stream, man, it was so good to see Hayden Hagler with the team still. And I see the teammates rallying around him, man, just making sure he's okay, man. And I wouldn't be surprised if Hayden Hagler just have one of those seasons where it's one of those redeemed seasons. He deserves a great season, and I'm going to be rooting for him. Eric G says, JSU's offense is loaded. Time to focus on O-line, D-line. That's going to be rectified. Trust me. Now, Reggie Bird said that Shadur wasn't the best in the FCS, so how could he be considered for the Heisman consideration? When it comes to Heisman, it's about votes, it's about fanfare and stats. And at the end of the season, Shadur didn't really have the stats due to him pressing the issue. And that's why he had more picks at the end of the season. He was trying to get those stats. And I bet you if JSU would stick to the plan and reuse the run game more, he would have less picks. He still had great numbers. But those interceptions, if you look at the interceptions, all of that came from the end of the season. Yeah, red zone creativity. Hey, man, Mr. Campbell funny. He said, poor promise. Do not have no one to talk to because we don't care about CU. We talking about HBCU sports over here. Man, it's funny. They like, hey, DJ, man. They show me like players that Colorado recruited. And I respectfully tell them, I'm like, why are you sending me this? You think I'm about to talk about a recruit committed to? Hey, DJ, I think you should talk about this. This receiver committed at Colorado. I'm like, respectfully, I ain't gonna be talking about that. I'm like, why are you bringing this? I'm like, why are you bringing this to my attention? Showing me a picture of a recruit. Hey, yo, DJ, man, Dion just got a big time recruit for 2024, man. You should talk about it. Why? I don't care. Oh my God, man. This stream been fun, man. Coach Walker says, I'm going to give them one, and I know I'm going to get blocked after that. Hey, Eric G says, JSU better not put Campbell back on the schedule, LOL. Well, hopefully Campbell, I like what Campbell's doing, and I respect Coach Mentor, but hopefully Campbell can have a winning season. I'll be honest. I really hope Campbell has a winning season. You can't have all that talent and not win at least 9 games. But Mike Mentor, man, Campbell's one of my favorite non-HBCU FCS teams. Like, if Campbell wins the FCS championship, I would be happy for him. Really, because of Mike Mentor. Mike Mentor is all class. He's going to be successful whatever he does. So shout out to Campbell. Shout out to Mike Mentor. But again, before they talk about, oh, they're going to be scared to beat or tough to beat, they got to win their games. S Class says, same here. When YouTube put it in my homepage, I'm like, don't recommend it to this channel to me. Only care about HBCUs. Yeah, same thing. I had to hide some channels. I'm like, why are you working? I was going to be like, should I hide HBCU Game Day? Because I like HBCU Game Day. But I didn't subscribe to them for all that other stuff. So I'm kind of conflicted. Now I'm gonna give I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt because I respect HBCU Game Day. They've been putting in work for years, but that kind of just confused me. I was like, wait a minute, is this FBS Game Day? I'm like, man, this is kind of odd. That makes sense. Campbell had freshmen last year. They will improve like Grambling will be this year. Yeah. And Grambling got an offensive coordinator, man. A good one, a great one, really. Tony Hull. I hope I said his name right. Tony Hill, and what he did with Louisiana Monroe, because Louisiana Monroe didn't really have a lot of recruits. They had great offensive production. He's going to do his thing with the athletes that they have at Grambling State. Shout out to Hugh Jackson for hiring him. And in Grambling State, just like Campbell, they played a lot of young players. They're eventually going to grow. And when Grambling State is winning, that's great for the SWAC. I've always said you need all your blue bloods to have winning records in the SWAC. Same with the MEAC. Hey, somebody said Skull Game Day. Hey, but I got to mention this. Did y'all know this is the power of marketing? Did y'all know that the Pac-12 acquiesced to putting the Arizona State game as the first game? Because the original first game is TCU. Now, they're still going to play TCU, but they acquiesced to put the Arizona State in the week 0 game. And if you look at Colorado's schedule, that's going to be one of the easiest games on their schedule to give them a win. If that's not power, I don't know what to tell you. I just got an update from Miss JSU Tigers 06. Former LSU D tackle just committed to JSU Jashawn Richardson. Man, let the church say amen. Oh Lord. The TC era is just, man, it's like Christmas in January. You get a commitment. You get a commitment. Lord, Lord, Lord. The trenches. I bet you he's gonna contribute, man. You get a D tackle from LSU. You know they're gonna be playing. Sheesh. Man, I was just looking at Brandon Johnson's highlights, man. That 6'4" wide receiver from JUCO. Yeah, he's a real deal. I see why a lot of FBS teams want to. Man. Now, to my SWAC fans, I want you to ask this question. Is there a DB right now? And I mean this respectfully. Is there a DB right now that can slow down Malachi Wideman one-on-one? Is there a DB right now that can slow down Malachi Wideman one-on-one? Oh, he's getting the ball too. All that politicking last year, that's not going to happen. Because I'm going to tell you the truth. The truth is, Malachi passed his classes. That's the truth. It may have not been the way the coaches wanted it, but he did pass his classes. But instead of treating Malachi like the star he is, they wanted to treat him like everybody else. See, I come from the school of Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson told his Miami players, the star player will be treated differently than you. He told his players this to let them know, I'm trying to win games. Now, you want your athletes to get good grades. But it's no different when you work in corporate America. The smartest person in corporate America will get leeway. The smartest person in corporate America will get benefits that you don't get. The smartest person in corporate America will get a say-so. Same thing applies with football. As if the star player is passing but not getting A's and B's, guess what? He's going to get the ball. And he's going to dominate. And he's going to try to win a lot of games. Donna said, I blocked the pregame show. I don't know why they got thee. I'm not a Neely. He's an alum of Jackson for years. I get all that. It's odd. But I will tell you one thing. I know a place where I'll be getting my Jackson State news. And it's the Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club. And I'll tell you another place I'll get my Jackson State news. Ken Clark 1400. Subscribe to their channels if you haven't. See, I'll be watching their channels. Again, I don't like that fence jumping. I don't rock with that. Now, Neely, hey, get your bread. I have nothing against it. But I do believe you got to manage things differently. Now, if it was me, I would have had different channels and build it from the ground up. That's what I would do. Yeah, Ken Clark and Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club. Honorable brothers, man. Honorable. Down to earth. They give so much to Jackson State. It's crazy how much they give to Jackson State, man. Great people, man. Again, it's nothing against Neely. I hope he does well. It's just that when I listen to content, it's got to be content that's about the message. You understand what I'm saying? I don't really care for it. That's all it is. But I wish him nothing but success. Yeah, Ken Clark is killing it right now. And I hope Ken Clark, and I know I have a feeling this is going to happen. I pray and hope that Ken Clark, the 1400 Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club, get the most access out of anybody. They deserve it. They're honorable brothers. They don't do anything for clout. They respect the I love. They respect HBCUs. They respect the brothers and sisters who have sacrificed everything for that university. They're all about family. They're all about HBCU traditions. They're all about SWAC traditions. They're all about JSU traditions. This is why I support Ken Clark. This is why I support Target Talk with the 1400 Club. And also, don't forget the YouTubers who supported the message. This is why I support Tomorrow Leader Sports Network, Coach Walker, Hoop Jargon, Coach Simmons, the Blitz City Podcast, Swag Buzz. Now, I would say more names, but I have all day. Doc, HBCU Overdrive. And subscribe to his channel. Cut Day Sports. And if I'm missing some, please forgive me. I'm not going to go all day saying names. This is a wonderful time we have right now. And before I leave, man, this has been a great discussion. The love that everyone showed. We talked about it all, man. This is Jeff Lightly. Okay, Jeff Lightly. And we did an interview on my channel, man. The great thing about Jeff Lightly is that he does his research. He knows what he's doing. He's a professional. And I'm telling you, being a journalist is not easy. And he talked about it when I interviewed him on this channel. And the way that he just got it from the mud. I have a lot of respect for Jeff Lightly. I have a lot of respect for him. And I know he's going to be having continuous success because of his work ethic. One of the most genuine brothers I've talked to in this space. And he's very important. Jeff Lightsey is very important because you need someone in media like him who's going to report the right things. Yeah, shout out to Jeff Lightsey. Locked on Hornets, Locked on HBCU. I heard he's an H-Town brother too. Yeah, I need to check his channel out more. Locked on HBCU is pretty good too. He's not as popular, but yeah, I watched one of his videos. They say he's a Houston cat. He's from my neck of the woods, man. And if he's here, man, I would love to interview Locked on HBCU, man. We got to help grow his channel out because he does his research. Jawan Ford says, one thing about y'all, DJ, is y'all respect each other, y'all collaborate, and y'all promote each other. That's what it's all about. I tell people all the time, when you look at these content creators, look how they're showing love and not showing love. And you'll get your answer. You get your answer. So when people hear me promote all these channels, I do that because it's bigger than me. Elevating HBCUs is bigger than one person. Whoever wins the SWAC, right? Let's say FAMU wins the SWAC. You think I'm going to be down because FAMU won the SWAC? I'm going to show them respect. Because if FAMU wins, or if Southern wins, if Jackson State wins, and if a SWAC team wins the MEAC, and represent to the fullest, that bodes well for everybody. Now, if it's a rival team that wins, of course you're gonna feel a certain way. Let's be honest. But it's about the bigger picture. It's about the bigger picture. KJ said, I unfollowed a few. No love lost, but if you show no loyalty to HBCUs, I have nothing for you. And again, you can't blame people for feeling that way. Because one thing about the human mind, we don't want our mind being lied to. And if you, again, if people wanted to hear FBS content, you just go to ESPN for that. If I want to hear anything FBS, I just go to College Game Day. What we have here for HBCUs is so special. It cannot be duplicated. Culture can't be duplicated. You got people in Boulder trying to hire everybody from Jackson, cooks, barbers, everything, because they have no culture. And they think they could just take some people from a predominantly black city and bring them to Boulder and think that they're going to recreate culture. You could never recreate culture. You could never recreate the bands. You can never recreate the beautiful sisters that we see in tailgating. That stuff can't be duplicated. But I tell you what, if you go to an HBCU game, you get all that you're looking for. KJ laughing. I got love for the sisters now. I gotta mention that. I mean, I went to a JSU game. I felt like Day. I said, I'm trying to see what something that be like. But let me digress. Culture is not for sale. I'm looking at the videos. I'm just laughing because they really think they could duplicate culture. Yeah. I brought Johnny T's out here, man. We're gonna do this thing right, man. We're gonna bring it back. Trying to be hip and cool and stuff. It's not even the same. I want y'all to understand. Do y'all know that culture is conscious? Y'all didn't hear me. Let me say it again. Do y'all know that culture is conscious? It's from your soul. That melanin culture. See, in scripture, the Most High once said that he reveals what's true in your conscious. The culture, the cookouts, the melanin energy that we have for each other, just the love of wanting each other to elevate and to be better than what we once were. You can't duplicate that. Oh, unseasoned. Yeah. Prom got tired of that unseasoned food. He had to make he had to get some reinforcements. He said, I'm tired of this unseasoned food. Black King 9 said, this is a different world. It's feeding that spread from the people. Yes, all praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. All that we have is because of the Most High. Let's not forget that. And one of the things my mother used to tell me, don't just praise the Most High when things are going well. Do it when things are bad too. Because you never know when you need that blessing. Trap Music said, culture shock will have. Oh, man. Clarence Kenny says they are going to trick our boys and deal with. Hey, the cat didn't say mountain oysters. Oh, hell no. Cole Simmons says, I'm just here for. He said, I'm just waiting for Jack Harlow in the locker room. You know that's coming. Ron C23, peace and blessings, peace and love, my brother. He said, culture is authentic vibes. If you have it, you have it. If you don't, you don't. I'm telling you all that stuff, and I'm a realist. Because at the beginning of the video, I said I hope Deion and them do well because I root for brothers to succeed, but it will not be the same. When they play that music, it's not gonna have the same feeling. They did that in that little press entry, and y'all started to see that stuff wasn't the same. The vibe was off. Boy, that vibe was off. Now they're gonna pretend like crazy and put on a show. It just won't have the same spirit. This is an important part. I know a lot of people won't talk about it, but here at Raw Truth, we must elaborate. Black Nine said it best. Black players have to watch themselves when they're off campus. And I mean that seriously. You got to watch yourself out there. When I was driving from Seattle to Texas, because I was low on gas, and guess where I stopped at? Provo, Utah. But I didn't want to stop at Provo, Utah. But there was not a black person in sight. Man, I got my gas and got my food and rolled out. Because I knew what time it was, man. I'm telling you, that black man, black woman reality is something. I hope the players out there are careful. And I mean this sincerely. You got to be careful out there. Hey, just because you got popularity doesn't mean they want the best interests. Everyone's not your friend. So I hope that former players have great seasons, but I also hope that they're careful. Because my great-grandfather once told me, God bless his soul, he always told me, don't go into places where you're not welcome because you may not come back. Now, I didn't understand that when I was young. Now that I'm older, I understand. Man, it's a game within a game, my brothers and sisters. It's a beautiful place out there in Boulder, like KJ said it. But that's besides the beauty. Lack of melanin is what they are. Yeah, you're smart for doing that, CH. I need to do that better. That's one thing I'm not really, when I drive, I just drive and think that every place is like the West Coast or like Seattle, and it's not. And you get there, man, everybody looking at you. Man, I got that gas and rolled out of Utah when I was doing that road trip. Oh, yeah, careful with, hey, I know, I'm not a hypocrite. I love the herb too. But shoot, just because it's legal out there, be careful. They want to catch a brother slipping out there. But man, before I go, I want everyone to know that the train is going. New coaches, new players, new spotlight. We got to continue to share these videos, not even just my video, but other content creators. If it's Jeff Lightsey, if it's Ken 14, the Tiger Talk 1400, or Coach Walker, Coach Simmons, anybody, Swag Buzz, share their videos because the spotlight needs to be flamed. This is a wonderful time. This is Raw Truth Media giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. I hope everyone has a positive day. Let's spread love, unity between our people. And hey, man, if you need me, if you like these streams, let me know. I may need to do more of them. And if you have a topic that you want me to talk about, hit me up on Twitter. But this is Raw Truth Media, and I'm out.